I'd like to call the meeting, Committee on Economic Development, to order, please. Madam Clerk, would you read the roll?
Commissioner Palomera.
Here.
Commissioner Baker McCormick.
She's temporarily excused. She's en route.
Commissioner Peterson Mayberry. Present. Commissioner Kenlock.
Present.
Commissioner Baydoun has requested an excuse. Vice Chair Wilson.
Present.
And Chair Anderson has requested an excuse. You have a quorum present.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next order of business, Chair's remarks. First and foremost, I want to wish a speedy recovery to Chair Glenn Anderson, who reported sick this morning. So we hope he gets better soon. Myself, it's a pleasure to sit here before you, chair this meeting as the vice chair of the Committee on Economic Development. And I guess I would be remiss if I didn't thank the staff for doing such an incredible job, putting all the information together and making sure we as commissioners are able to do our job effectively. So thank you to the staff. Appreciate all that you do. Next order, business.
C, approval of the January 13th, 2026 meeting minutes.
Move approval.
Moved by Jonathan Kinlock, supported by Joseph Palomera. Could you vote on your tablets, please?
Motion carried.
Thank you. Next order of business.
D, unfinished business. There is none listed.
Okay. Next order.
Moving to new business, items 1 through 3. Item 1, forwarding notification that the North Branch Big Swan Creek Intercounty Drainage Board scheduled a public meeting on January 20, 2026. Item 2, forwarding notification that the City Downtown Development Authority scheduled informational meetings on December 10th and December 16th, 2025. And item 3, forwarding notification that the City Brownfield Redevelopment Authority scheduled a public meeting on January 20th, 2026 for the proposed Brownfield plan for 15625 Lundy Parkway.
Mr. Chair, move that items 1, 2, and 3 be received and filed.
So I moved them on the tablet already.
Okay.
Okay, so noted.
Yes,
Thank
we
you
have a
for that.
motion by Commissioner Baker McCormick and a support by Commissioner Peterson Mayberry.
Okay, any discussion? Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak to these? Excuse me. Okay. All right. Thank you, Commissioner Kenlock, for moving and Baker McCormick for supporting. So I guess we vote now on the tablets. All right. Vote on the tablets. All those in favor, vote on the tablets. All right.
Motion carried.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next order of business will be items 4 and 5. It's the pleasure of the committee. We can take those two together since they are similar in nature.
We have a motion by Commissioner Kenlock and a support by Commissioner Peterson Mayberry.
Okay.
She has to read them into the record.
Go ahead and read them into the record, 4 and 5.
Item 4, forwarding the October 25 operating report for the Guardian Building and First Street Parking Deck. And item 5, forwarding the November 2025 operating report for the Guardian Building and First Street Parking Deck.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone here in the audience to speak to that? These two items?
Here.
Okay. Baker McCormick?
Thank you.
Commissioner Baker McCormick, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to confirm whether we finalized or did not finalize the cigar issue. I know it came up and then they said no, but I just wanted to see if there was anyone to talk to that.
Mr. Chair?
Oh, sure.
Commissioner Kinlock, please.
Yes, just want to report back that that's it never went anywhere. It included in the lease.
No.
Yes.
Right. Okay, that's all I needed to know. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Baker McCormick. Okay, I guess we're ready to vote. On your tablets, please.
Motion carried.
Thank you, Madam. Excuse me. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Okay, so we have an extensive list of items that are sort of interrelated. So from number 6 all the way to the conclusion, looks like number 17. It's the pleasure of the committee. We'll take all those together at the end. We'll vote at the end, and we'll have the department speak to these items, starting with number 6 and reading to the record, please, Madam Clerk.
Item 6, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to a 2-year professional services contract with 2 one-year options to renew with Elevate Energy to continue to provide planning and project management support to the Wayne County Resilience Hub Network.
Okay, Madam, would you identify yourself, please?
Good morning. Erin Kelly, Sustainability and Innovation.
Good morning.
Good morning. We are handing out a printed copy of a presentation.
Oh.
I'm joined by my colleague who will introduce
Cara Dietz, Project Manager for Sustainability and Innovation.
I'm sorry, what was your name?
Cara Dietz.
Cardies?
Cara.
Oh, Cara, okay.
Yep.
Sorry. I'm used to sitting up here, so thank you. Appreciate it. All right, Cara D. All right, let us know what we got here. Number 6, please.
Okay, so we have a contract amendment with Elevate Energy. Elevate Energy has been supporting the county in developing our Resilience Hub Network program. Is it possible to pull up the slides that we provided? Antonisha?
Antonisha, there she is.
All of the committee members, Makisha and Pamela.
Yeah, if she can forward it, sounds like that's an important part of it.
Well, I'm sure folks are wondering, what is a resilience hub, right? Okay, so
Well, I
let's
was going to
start
ask
there.
that question, but thanks. Thank you.
Yes. So there are a lot of answers to that question.
Okay.
And through the development and launch of this program, we're seeking to articulate what a resilience hub is for Wayne County. So right now, Wayne County's approach is that a resilience hub is an organization that is in contact with more vulnerable residents in our communities. And they do something. They might operate a youth sports program. They might be a church. They might be a neighborhood organization. And the county, through this program, is offering a training to equip these organizations to step in and serve as resilience hubs during moments of mostly weather-related interruption. And so a resilience hub has a physical location, is serving a more vulnerable constituency of the county, and does not need to have a background in what to do when there's a lot of rain or when the power goes out. The county is in partnership with our HHVS comrades and Homeland Security, providing a training to these organizations so we can layer in the skills required. And so you can think about a resilience hub as being an organization that has some everyday or blue sky activities, right? I run my softball program when the weather's great. Then if there's an event and there's a disruption, I step in and I do something else. And then very importantly, after the disruption, so after a big cold snap, after a big rain event, there's a window of recovery. And we feel that that is a critical piece of the equation. So what Elevate Energy has been doing has been supporting the county in developing the training for this program that organizations will move through. Great, we've got some
Here's a slide.
yeah,
Yes,
some
please.
slides, so you can jump ahead. There's a lot of slides here, but I wanted to answer some probably upfront questions. If you could go to yes, why resilience hubs? So we actually have a lot of power outages in Wayne County. We are ranked the second highest nationally in losses from flooding events by FEMA. The state as a whole is second in power outages affecting customers, and we have the fourth longest outages nationally. We also know that in 2023, the average Wayne County resident spent more than 2,000 minutes without power. So this is 17 times longer than the national US average. I'm flagging this because we have a lot of energy burdened residents in the county. These are folks that are spending at least 5% of their income on energy. And you can imagine you're spending a lot of your household budget on energy. That's less resources potentially to replace groceries that are lost when the power goes out and the food spoils. And so we've been working through the Economic Development Department with HHBS, with Homeland Security, with the local governments that are home to the organizations that we're bringing forward to you for consideration this morning to launch a countywide resilience hub network. And the goal is to kind of cultivate and then resource the capacity of these organizations to work in partnership with the county, when weather-related disruption impacts their communities, their constituents.
Okay, thank you. That's pretty interesting. I have one or two questions, but I'm going to go defer to the commission first of all. If anyone has any questions, please speak. Baker. Oh, sorry, Angelique Peterson Mayberry, Commissioner.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
One of the questions I had is does this exist anywhere else right now? And is Elevate the only company? Have they specialized in this type of training? Just because they're out of Chicago, I'm always looking for local talent and support here. But so I guess two questions. One, does this program currently exist? So have we benchmarked this to know that this works? And then two, is Elevate the only company that does this training, or does someone locally do it? Thank you.
So great questions. We have been looking rigorously at how other communities, other counties, other cities have begun to build out a network of resilience hubs. Wayne County is at the tip of the spear, and the end of his presentation is a couple of outtakes from other communities. We've met with King County. We are in touch with good regularity with the folks in Minneapolis. At the back of the printed presentation are some research that we were able to complete in partnership with the University of Michigan Dow Fellows Program. Cara worked with the Dow Fellows last year on a year-long engagement, and part of what they did was help us evaluate other approaches to sparking resilience hubs and resilience hub networks. Every community is doing it their own way. And the funding we have to support Elevate's contract, their current contract, the amendment, and this first cohort of organizations is coming from FEMA with some very specific aims. But one thing that is unique about the county's approach is to accomplish this through a all of government forward approach. So a wonderful example in New Orleans, they're working through faith-based organizations and really trying to get that community up and running and link it into city level reporting. We have in Detroit a really strong network of community-based organizations who've taken on the work of establishing a network of resilience hubs. And we will be bringing you a grant acceptance memo soon, but we've received some funds to facilitate the work of bringing the community level activity into alignment with the city of Detroit and with the county's program. So, in Washington, D.C., they've spent 6 years and like a high seven figures on opening a single resilience hub. The approach that we inherited when I started here at the county was to work through organizations and build up the capacity in places that have good contact with hard to reach residents. And your second question, yes. Elevate was selected through a competitive process. We are working with their Michigan-based team who have been heavily engaged in establishing Detroit's resilience hubs. And so they're bringing some special on-the-ground expertise that's local to Wayne County to this work.
Thank you. So through the chair, so there's a Michigan-based team for Elevate.
Yes. yeah.
Okay. And then I saw the two, apologies, I saw the two other areas in Louisiana and Washington. So I'll yield for my second set of questions, Mr. Chair.
Oh, no, you got the floor. You, okay. All right. Thank you, Commissioner Peterson Mayberry. Any other discussion? Commissioner Baker McCormick, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And
Go ahead.
yes, Commissioner Peterson Mayberry did ask some of the questions I had. But in addition, our emergency management team, how do they fit into this? Because it seems like there's a lot of overlap. And so have they worked, I guess, in conjunction with the communities to see what the needs are? And can you just talk to that?
Absolutely, that's a really great question. So the seed funding that we have from FEMA, the county team that wrote that grant, there was someone in the Economic Development Department, someone in HHVS, and someone in our Homeland Security group who teamed up to write the grant that we're managing now. None of those three people are at the county anymore, but their collaboration was critical to a successful application. We do work and collaborate regularly with Director Jaffer's team. Excuse me. Cara coordinates an internal biweekly meeting to ensure that we're getting everyone aligned. But the scope in terms of our resilience hubs going through this training, they complete the training. They also develop a community emergency response plan, and we've kicked the tires on what that means because it's not a standard document. In part through work we did with Professor Larissa Larson at the University of Michigan I guess it was the spring semester, so a year ago. But these community emergency response plans, part of the program we're putting forth, is that we are coordinating with the local government and bringing the community emergency response plan that a resilience hub develops back to the local unit of government. And there's the awareness and collaboration with Director Jaffer and team who, his team, they've all been doing this work they have so long, and they have such a good sense of touch, not only around the physical hazards the county faces, but the people that are supporting responses to that. Here in the county and also in our local communities. So there's really a wealth of such a strong bench to build from there.
Okay. And so how did I remember us discussing the hubs, but how did we determine that there was a need for a hub? I know we had some issues, especially with flooding. Was it determined that we didn't necessarily have the resources to serve communities that I guess are underserved? I'm just wondering where the idea came from, and is there some documentation or report saying that yes, this is a definite need? And then the second part is the sustainability of a program such as this long term. How do we sustain it?
Those are great questions. In terms of where did this come from, the Baltimore City was the one that really launched the resilience hubs as a strategy, and they launched this out of their Homeland Security function in Baltimore City. So the first, municipally facilitated resilience hubs came about in like 2014. In terms of the county articulating this as a need, this predates my arrival at the county, and the funding that we have was not funding to create a resilience hub network. It was funding to improve some KPIs around like supply chain response timelines. And a collaborative team at the county decided that resilience hubs were the way to do it. Now, what I would say today, because I take full responsibility for this work and this program, is that we know that climate is changing. We know that the weather is shifting, and there's some science to describe some specifics around that. But whatever way it goes, we know that some folks will be impacted first and worst by these events. And it's likely to be people with less resources. It's likely to be people with lower literacy levels. It's a lot, you know what I mean? There's a bunch of stuff we know. And so the strategy with the selection of locations for resilience hubs has been to prioritize geographies where those people are concentrated.
Okay. And I do recall as well during COVID that we needed some support in areas of, boots on the ground. So I'm thinking and in my mind back that this may have kind of pushed us over and saying, hey, this is a need
Yeah.
for us to have those hubs in the
Yes,
community.
absolutely. And I think, there's also, there's so many co-benefits to a program like this, but one is that we can take existing programs the county already offers and better share those resources and opportunities with folks, right? So if you're already not reading English, right? You're probably not getting text messages from HHVS, right? But if the county establishes a hub and is in better contact with some of those residents and businesses, it is more likely we can share existing programs with people that might be able to use and access them.
Long term to sustain this program, what would the cost be? I
Mhm.
guess that's what I'm trying to clarify.
Yep. So the model for the program right now is you go through the training. There's a stipend to offset the time invested in the training itself. We, as part of this package, have some ARPA, some SLUR funds that are supporting facility improvements to increase the resilience of the physical locations. So solar panels, backup batteries. If you need a roof. But these funds, in this case, are a little flexible. But after completing the training, the organization would enter into an agreement to serve formally as part of the county's network. Upon graduation, we plan to convene the hubs in a regular way to understand shared needs and opportunities, and then direct part of our capacity, our staff time right now, to support the location and identification of resources around those shared needs. We are working on the second recruitment that is FEMA funded. There's a slide later in the presentation that will be targeting Highland Park, Ecorse, Dearborn Heights, and Inkster specifically. With the FEMA funds, we're establishing a geographic network. The first cohort especially is going to inform our governance model for the program and for graduates. But we are also coordinating with community development and the DR funds tied to the August 2023 floods. And we expect to have additional cohorts funded through those resources.
Okay, so do we have a breakout of how much investment, like you just said, a roof, we're investing in the actual physical location? And is there like a long-term contract? So if we invest in that location, is this for a 5-year period that they have to provide these services, or 10 years? Is there any guidelines in that way?
We have addressed guidelines related to the ARPA funds that are supporting facility improvements. This came up during the contract prior to bringing these contracts to you today. And I believe for this cohort, Cara, I'm going to get the numbers wrong. It's like
Okay.
$72,000 of facility.
It's almost $65,000
Okay.
for the
Okay.
facility work.
And that's why I'm asking, because if we're investing in a facility
Yep.
long-term, how do we ensure that we sustain the programming, and are they locked in for a certain amount of time?
Yes, they are. We did add a requirement related to longevity in the location. Carl will find that.
It's 2 additional years after this contract. But then we were, as Aaron was referencing, looking at the additional agreement following the training.
Okay, so is 2 years, 4 years? Is that 2 and then additional 2 years? Is that what you're saying? No?
No,
Thank you. Maybe you
Okay.
can.
Okay, so yeah,
And that's
Sure.
my last question.
No,
I'm just trying to clarify.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll swing back around to you, Peterson Mayberry, if we could we'll come back around to you, Peterson Mayberry, Commissioner. Terrence Adams, did you want to, and then we're going to go to Commissioner Kinlock. Terrence, did you want to add
Yeah.
something to that?
Through the chair, just to clarify, are these ARPA dollars, or are these the ARPA dollars that was turned into general fund dollars?
it's the slurf, the second.
But it's the commission know these are the dollars that we converted into general fund a couple years ago. So there is no timeline on those funds.
Thank you, Terrence. Great explanation. I'll defer to the council, please.
And just to clarify, so the agreement is 2 years, and then they did add a requirement after discussion with staff here to requirement that the entity stay in the facilities for a year. So it's only 1 year after the agreement, which would be a total of 3 years altogether. So it's not 2, it's 1 after.
Mm.
But we still don't know that they'll become resilience hubs. And I don't know when I stepped out if you missed that. They're not required to actually become. So even though you're investing in these entities and they're receiving the training, they still have an opportunity and have to agree to become a resilience hub, but that will be done on the back end. So we had that discussion with the department that it probably should be the front end before you give them the money. And we're hoping, and they said they will be looking to change that in the future, so that when you know that you're investing and you're training someone to be something, they would have already agreed to be it. But right now, there's no guarantee that these entities who are getting this money and this training will actually be and serve as hubs in the future.
Okay, Commissioner Kinlock, please.
Okay, that's part of the reason why I think it's important for these type of projects to bring the commission in early on as they're being developed. Because see, what's gonna happen, in my opinion, what should happen is instructions from this committee needs to be sent to staff. That y'all can have a conversation back with these folks, because we've been talking about these resilient hubs for a minute, and I thought it would be more sound by the time it reached the table, and it seems like it's almost there, because it absolutely is needed. It's needed because we know the 2003, 2004 blackout, we know COVID, we know the Southwest Detroit water main break. All of these crises happen, and so this is an important tool that we should have on outreach tool that we should have. What I'm going to suggest, if there's no objection, is that this be referred back to the department or passed for the day or whatever we need to do to have you all talk to these organizations about agreeing to this on the front end. It doesn't make sense. And I'm saying it needs to be agreed to on the front end. I don't understand why it's even in front of us today. If we are investing something, infrastructure and all of that, and we giving them on after we commit to the money, they can determine whether they're going to be a part of our program on behalf of Wayne County on the back end. I thought those conversations were already being understood on the front end. That's what I thought on my end. So what we need to do is have them to continue to go back and get commitment on the front end before they bring any of these moving forward.
So through the chair, we had that discussion and request of the department prior to it coming to this body. Normally, those are the issues we attempt to address. And they advised that they didn't think that was possible for these, but they can also tell you their rationale here at the table.
Okay.
Okay,
Just a quick comment. Thank you, Commissioner Kinlock. I too am reserved on the presentation, given the fact that it has not been front loaded and has not been determined moving forward. So I can appreciate what you're saying. Thank you for that. And I'll go over here to Commissioner Baker. I'm sorry, Peterson Mayberry. Did you have another comment?
We're gonna sit on opposite sides, so we.
I keep looking at two last.
Jonathan,
I keep looking at two last.
being
I'm
called
sorry. Baker before. I'm sorry.
I know we both have long names, but
Yeah, okay. Jonathan,
no, your name stick out further in the eyes. Yeah.
okay.
no.
Thank you.
So that was my next question, actually, because I see in the back and forth from commission that one of the questions was that they did not have to be. And so I'm just publicly saying I'm not comfortable with that process if we are investing in them. I mean, any organization, if you're paying for training and certification, all these things, there at least is a time commitment that you give for the organization in which is paying for that. It is an investment. So I did want to go on the record for saying that. And then also, is there a way that you can, I see the applicants, the awardees and the non-awardee applicants, several of these I know, but is there a way you can send what the vetting process looked like, you know, what the rubrics looked like for how you selected those that you selected? You can just send it to me if you don't have that right now.
We, the committee sought to, the selection committee sought to recommend an award to every eligible applicant. So the three that were not awarded did not submit complete applications. And the committee had desired to award to everyone who applied.
I'm fine with that part, but it's just the part, like you
The
said.
investment.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
So no, it's okay, Chair, Commissioner Kinlock. What we'll do is for number 6, I'll entertain a motion to pass for today. For number 6, because of the lack of coordination.
Excuse me, Mr. Chair, just want to say that we are asking for you all to just reach out to the organization, get a more clear, whether it's 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever the timeline is of what that commitment is, but also
Sounds good.
but also to agree to be in resilient hubs. The whole purpose of these dollars are to be resilient hubs. I mean, you know, because I've been in touch with the department, y'all been talking about this for a while. Now you come here like they don't have to commit. Yeah.
Okay.
Commissioner Kinlock, if I may.
Who's talking?
Well, Commissioner.
Oh,
Okay, I'm sorry. Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
can we defer to counsel?
Yeah.
Alicia Johnson, did you have any?
I think that the 6 through 7.
Okay.
Oh, it's 6 through 17. So all of those items, we're referring them back to the department. Because based on the
Yeah, because they're
discussion of the
interrelated.
committee,
Absolutely.
that we need a clear understanding of the timeline, but also they have to agree to the whole purpose of this discussion and the action that we're taking, that they've agreed to be resilient hubs for a specific period of time. Yeah.
So, thank
And
you.
so I move to pass for the day those items.
So, Commissioner Kinlock, thank you for that. So since items 6 through 17 are interrelated, if one, we're going to agree to pass on, obviously number 6, it's like a domino, then the rest of them will fall as well. So
See, as I've made the motion.
you made
So
the
moved.
motion. Any support for that? Supported by Commissioner Peterson Mayberry.
If I may make a comment to the committee.
And then we're going to vote on the tablets. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. We've been working on these contracts for 18 months, in part to ensure that we spend these grant dollars well. The county still has them. And the motivation for not requiring that these organizations commit to being a resilience hub up front is that most of them do not do this work as part of their day-to-day activities right now. And so it seemed difficult to request of an entity to enter into an agreement to provide these services without fully understanding what they are. The purpose of a training and the governance that we'll be developing is to put us all on the same page about what the county expects and also what the organizations require to serve in this way. So we will go back and.
But also, since you just brought that information forward, can you, the training part can move forward. But before we invest in infrastructure, in the physical plant, then there should be some further discussion as far as before we invest in the actual facility, struct material or otherwise, that they have to agree. That would be the second part. If you can go that, so the first part would be, of course, the training, so they can begin to understand what it is the county is seeking to do. But before we, fix their building up and, retrofit or whatever, that comes with upon agreeing to be a resilient hub. That's what my thought would be. And I would be fine with moving, I'll just have
We'll need to
talk to
yeah.
Felicia and that part. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Kinlock. Commissioner Joseph Palomero, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I can understand putting a year and a half's worth of work in, and it appears that it's coming off the rails now. It's not. I mean, it passing for the day means it's coming up at our next meeting. So we have a 2-week period to get this all figured out, and hopefully can get figured out in that time period.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Palomero. And just again, a quick comment from the chair. We as stewards of the taxpayers' monies and being the legislative body here, we want to make sure that everything that comes before us is properly vetted and coordinated. But we do appreciate your efforts, and like defer to what Commissioner Palomero just alluded to. Maybe it's not coming off the rails, but we want to make sure it stays on the rails. So we would appreciate you. Baker McCormick, Commissioner, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So did you provide them a scope of services to what we're looking for I guess I was a little confused when you said they don't know what their role is in this.
The scope in this contract is to participate in the trainings as described, the quantity and frequency. The scope is to complete a community emergency response plan, and the scope is to host a series of stakeholder engagement sessions and activities as a part of that process. And so in terms of the contract that we've brought before the committee between the organizations that may enter into this program and where the funds are going, that was the scope. But the original procurement started in March of 2024.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Okay. Motion on the floor from Commissioner Kinlock, supported by Commissioner Peterson Mayberry, that we pass for today items number 6 through 17. Would you please vote? Pardon me? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, vote on the tablet. Okay, I'm sorry.
Tablet just says number 6.
Okay, so we've got to,
For the record, it is.
for the record, 6 through 17. For the record, thank you.
We're voting on
6 through 17. Well, 6 is attached to the rest of them, so it's.
And just for clarification, so the body knows, if we have to return these in the interim, that we'll also do that as staff, even though you passed it for the day, we'll return them to the department for potential correction so they can come back and hopefully complete it in the way you want in the next 2 weeks.
great. Thank you. Thanks for your hard work.
And I want to say this, like I said, I'm familiar with the work that you all have been doing. So this is just to further discussion, and it's part of the whole process, but you have been working with all of the various hubs and trying to get this together. So
Okay.
I'm very supportive of just that little tweak. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But now.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Commission, and thank you, Economic Development Leadership. Appreciate your hard work. All right. Madam Clerk, next order of business, please.
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I don't see any. Next item,
G, public comments.
public comments. Anyone on Zoom? Anyone on the telephone?
No one on Zoom indicating that they would like to speak.
Any emails?
No emails are received.
Okay, anyone from the audience would like to comment on these items on the agenda? One at a time, please. Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. Excuse me, Madam Clerk, there we go. So, all right. So public comments closed. Next item, please.
Move
Adjournment.
adjournment.
Support. That was quick. Wow, everybody said move adjournment. So thank you all very much. Appreciate you and have a great day. Thank you. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, John.
Thank you.